We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
hello.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butella.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from the Valley of the Sun.
Today is Jack Thursday. I'm going to talk about distractions from your success.
Oh, I bet you
What's
have
the
a lot
biggest
to
distraction that you experience? What's the thing standing in your way besides me? Standing in your way of being the successful woman I know is inside of you.
say. Wasting time on deals that are too small.
Oh, beautiful answer.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that didn't take long. either
No,
to
it
answer.
didn't, because it was perfect timing. I just came in from my desk.
Uh-oh.
And I'm looking
Tell us
at
the story.
I'm looking at deals. You know what's here's the good news is some of these are coming in, and my transaction coordinator has been with me long enough now. She knows what my answers are going to be. So I just wrote her back saying, "Hey, you know what? You're right. This, and this. You know what I'm going to say no to. Please take the ownership of that and only loop me in now when we're at this level." So, because I'm wasting time going, what the heck? I shouldn't even be looking at this. And some of them is like, it's too small a deal and we're not even sure about the access. Why am I even looking at that?
My answer is it's just working on stuff that doesn't yield $1.
That too.
You know, and so we'll talk about it in a minute, but it's hard to. This show doesn't make any money. It doesn't make $1. In fact, it's a total time suck and it's a money suck, but it really works. It really helps people, and it converts the right people to becoming Land Academy members, where they can make a ton of money for themselves and contribute to the group. So that makes money. It makes everyone money. So there's this balance between, you know, in Jill's case, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it's like, should I do this deal that's really small and kind of risky, but I know this person that's submitting it is going to be a superstar. So it's just balance. That's what this show's about. Are they distractions or not? We don't know. And so you just don't want to go down a rabbit hole. That's my point.
Right. Well, I'll tell you another truth time thing. As a matter of fact, I have one deal that I found. I just got an email from an agent today saying, you might lose money on this one. I'm like, yeah, I'm prepared for that. It's a deal in a county in California that I funded for somebody else who realized later on they paid too much for it. And they kind of threw me the keys and ran away and said, oops, sorry, here you go. I made a mistake. And it was your money, not mine. And then I backed. I'm like, thanks a lot.
Threw the keys at you.
I know. It's a
great visual.
Thank you.
Hope our post-production guys can do
throw some keys in there.
A little cartoon of throwing keys.
Me with keys bouncing off me. So yeah.
Gonzalo, throw some keys in Jill's face.
Exactly.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. And don't forget to subscribe to the to the Land Academy YouTube channel and comment on the shows you like. It's correct.
Okay. I'm going to take a guess at how to pronounce this.
It's first initial, last name.
Thank you. Okay. So G. Corley wrote. I was going to call it Good Corley. Hey, everybody. I just joined Land Academy 2 weeks ago, and I'm very grateful to be part of this group. I would have joined about a year ago, but unfortunately life got in the way.
That's
so
what
in the
show's
meantime,
about. Life got in the way.
I've been trying to research and watch the podcast as much as possible. And fortunately, I was able to save up enough money to get myself started. Yay, that's perfect. I'm currently in the process of choosing counties. And from what I've learned from one of the moderator, Kevin's posts, I'd like to target 4 to 6 acre size properties in less competitive areas, which I can hopefully sell anywhere from $30,000 to $100,000.
Excellent.
I'm hoping to find good enough deals that would be able to get these deals funded. Sure. I feel my money would be better spent on mail rather than buying properties at this time. Right now, I'm currently looking at a few counties in a few different states, and my goal is to send at least 3 separate 2,000 unit mailers to 3 different states just to diversify.
His textbook.
Really put a lot of stuff into this.
Congratulations, because
I'm glad you took that time off.
Paid attention to the education too.
Yeah, you have a good plan. My biggest question right now is, would I be better off sending each 2,000 unit mailer to one county in each state, or should I split those 2,000 mailers into 2 or 3 neighboring counties in each state? all of the counties I'm looking at pass the red, yellow, green test and have low days on market. Thank you. But I'm unsure of the best way to approach these mailers as a beginner. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. Thank you all. And I apologize for the long post. That's so sweet.
If you were in second grade, I would put a star on your forehead.
Yeah.
If you were in 8th grade, I would move you up to the front of the class to help me teach.
If you were in college?
If you were in 11th grade,
Oh.
I would write you a recommendation letter.
Ah.
And in 12th grade, I would fully expect you to have a academic scholarship somewhere, even if it's a small school.
And then after college, I'd hire you.
Yep. Well said, Jill. That's the cherry on top.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Either way, you're going to win. You're sending out 246,000 units.
Yeah.
And neighboring counties, it's a little bit more risky. If it's all passing the red, green, yellow tests and the days are low, the only issue they could possibly run into is like some weird, quirky thing you missed about some state. But if it's a state that you see in Discord that people are buying and selling land and it's not weird, like West Virginia is very weird because it has some problems with partial ownership. And so I'd hate to please don't mail anyone. This is for everybody. Please don't mail any mail to West Virginia. It's not anything against West Virginia. I actually personally love the state.
Yeah.
It's there's a partial ownership recording issue there that you get a bunch of property back, you're ready to buy it, and you find out that
it's not worth it.
The person owns half.
Right.
And there's some other long lost person that owns the other half, and you can't do the deal. Either way is fine.
I know what my answer is.
Separate the states.
I would rather, as you're starting, I want you to be able to learn to pick the best ones, do due diligence, and the easiest way is if you kind of do one area at a time, so they're all kind of like properties coming back.
This is the person who answers the phone's answer.
Okay.
The person who's doing the data's answer. Send it all with
that too.
Extreme prejudice.
Or that. But I'm just saying, as you're getting started and you're lining them all up on the spreadsheet, it's easier when they're all the similar type properties, similar size, similar areas, to then pick out the best ones. Because when you have 3 different areas, like this one might be good over here for this reason, this one for this reason. So there's no wrong way. I mean, you're going to learn all 3.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Thank you for not doing 10.
And thank you for
10 sizes and 10 zoning types, or I'm going to throw commercial with residential and this and this. I'd be like, hold on a moment. Let's make it a little bit easier. But the way you're going at it, you could let them all rip at once.
There's 2 stories in Discord right now about people that have a similar story to you. They actually, I think last week we read one of their stories where they just sent 50,000 units out. And now they're buying like 25 properties and they couldn't be happier. So I don't answer the phone though. She does. I would send all 6,000 out, probably in the same state, and just pick the best 5 or 6 properties, buy them and resell them quickly. With intent and like vindictively. So that's how I do everything in life. I don't think Jill agrees sometimes that's
vindictively.
The best approach. Today's Jack Thursday, and I'm going to talk about distractions and success. This is why you're listening. So last week I wrote, I get the luxury of writing the Jack Thursday title. And so I'm sitting at my desk. This is like last week sometime. I'm not sure when. And all this week. Being distracted with everything and anything. Being distracted by contractors in the house that we're redecorating. Distracted by my teenager's lack of fill in the blank.
Getting to school on time.
Distracted, no offense, Jill, by whatever Jill has questions on at the time, and all of our staff, and so I'm like, you know what? I read a long time ago, and it stuck with me. Or maybe it was a lecture or a Q&A session with a woman who wrote Harry Potter. What's her name?
I forgot.
Somebody will splash it on the screen.
I know.
After hey, idiots. Her name is.
Here's the book.
In post-production.
Yeah. I forgot.
Rowling. D.L. Rowling.
Oh, J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
She lives here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In Arizona?
I think she moved here correct me if I'm wrong, because I think one of our kids went to a high school one of our kids went to.
Somebody asked her what the biggest.
Or it could have been the vampire lady. I don't know. Don't quote me. Sorry.
Oh, it's the vampire lady.
It's the vampire lady.
She was
That's
here
it.
for sure.
Vampire book lady. Okay. Sorry.
Asked her what, a lot of people want to be writers and successful writers. Why you? What? And she said, I learned how to control all the distractions that go on from it's keeping me from writing, which are children and stuff that goes on in life and dinner and just all of it. And it's not just personal stuff. It's stuff at work. And, now we have this Land Academy group. And so if you let it, if you don't control it, it'll consume you. Mm-hmm. You will spend 8 to 10 hours a day answering questions, addressing people's concerns and all of that. Mm-hmm. You really, really have to take it and keep it under control. That's one kind of distraction. Second kind is what Jill's talking about, where it's like, I've got 62 deals going on. Mm-hmm. I'm only concentrating on buying. I'm not concentrating on selling them or some version of that.
Right.
And so I guess what I'm saying is the cards are stacked against you when it comes to being distracted and keeping you from what's actually you're supposed to be really working on. And so you have to get a calendar, in my opinion, and you have to get that's connected to your a phone app that allows you to have alarms and allows you to stay organized. And you have to say no. It's very hard to say no to people or no to people that submit great deals to you or say no. I read a story in Discord yesterday. Super, super bright, very successful member under the rant section was talking about an hour-and-a-half conversation that he had with a realtor where it failed. This realtor is failing, and they're not even 2 months into a 1-year contract. And the realtor is being an absolute, I can't use the word on air, from every different way. They won't cancel the contract and they won't work on the deal. And so they're stuck. He's stuck and he knows he's going to sell it. This guy's super bright and very, but he's complaining about this hour-and-a-half conversation. And he's like, I wasted an hour-and-a-half with this person. They're never going to change.
Yeah.
There's a lot of realtors in the market right now that are really sucky and are making money because there's so many deals going on. Yeah. And so that'll flush itself out at some point.
I have one right now where honestly too, it's a deal funding deal that we did a while back. And the email is like, they're not happy with them. I'm like, you might have to help them. I hate to say it.
Mm-hmm. You might have to do their job for them.
Kind of.
And suck it up. And
exactly.
Say, yep.
And then you just don't use them again.
Yep.
You learn. So I understand that. So what is your biggest distraction keeping you from doing what you think you should be working on?
I have and it's just because where we are in our life right now, it will solve itself. But I have been ridiculously distracted for probably 20 months about moving from California to Arizona. Just personally distracted about where's my stuff. I know my toothbrush is here somewhere.
Right.
So that's gone and it's solved. And so we've got that solved. That was a huge distraction. And I don't want to even look at how much money we didn't make because of that. Number 2 is lack of clear direction to my staff. For example, we have a lot of properties. This is truth time. That need to be sold over the years. Properties, and when you look at it, it's millions of dollars worth of real estate, and we can't get the right people to focus. This is 100% my responsibility, by the way, as a person at the top of this company. Can't get the right people to focus on selling a property. And the truth is they're not the right people. The people that work with us are not the right people to do this. And the deals are too small to get a realtor. So it's those deals that just got caught in the middle.
Right.
Meanwhile, we're not starving. There's, we're making money, food on the table, and we're moving deals.
There's extra stuff on the side that should get posted and sold.
It's like having a storage unit. There's a bunch of stuff in the storage unit. You sort of know what's in there.
Yeah.
Chances are if you go to the storage unit, you're going to say, wow, I forgot I had that. And geez, I need to get rid of that now today. So it's both of those. It's like that. And so that's a distraction for me.
So you talked about your distractions. You talked about how you solve it with a calendar. There's a piece in between that. Once you sit down and isolate what your distractions are and you put them on the calendar, how do you hold yourself accountable?
By following what's in the calendar. By saying, you know what? And the calendar event might not be sell these properties. It might be start down the path of the 3-month process of hiring somebody that's capable of selling these properties or giving them away. There's a bunch of it's like a garage sale thing, or maybe the best way to get rid of the storage unit is to give everything away in there and forget it. It's not going to change our lives. And but millions of dollars is, you got to address that.
Right.
But whatever it is a calendar event.
I agree with that too.
That's all there is to it.
That's where I see some people falling short is they first, it's hard to sit and be honest with you and to figure out what all your distractions are. And then to sit and figure out, okay, you know what the end goal is. Then you got to figure out and take some time and put steps in place to get there. Because you can't even say, on Thursday, I'm going to hire somebody. No, that's not going to happen.
That's silly.
So Thursday is, okay, I got to sit down and figure out what kind of person I need. What are the skills and the talents? Friday, I got to write the job description. And it's got to get posted on Indeed. And then starting Monday through that next Friday, I got to go through and field through the applications. Then the next week after that, I'm going to call back the ones I like, request this further information, whatever it is. It's a month, at least a month.
So I call that deconstructing the event.
Right.
Deconstructing the event, starting with the result, the desired result.
Right.
And so you got to break that all down into a lot of steps. And it's not fun.
No, it's not fun
at all.
But if you do it right and you really stick to it and you don't beat yourself up if you miss a day, pick up where you left off the next day. And you can stack a bunch of these up too. This is what I see people. And I don't want, first I'm going to hire someone. Okay, now I got that. Then I'm going to do this. Now I got that. Then I'm going to do this. And the year goes by. Hold on. You can overlap this stuff. And that's what you should do.
If you're brand new, it's a huge luxury. You don't have any of these issues. If you're brand new, the distractions that you're experiencing are
your job,
changing a baby.
Yeah.
Which I'm not discounting, is a huge distraction. We've all done this.
Yeah.
Or,
making dinner.
In Rawlings' case, she said, I had to get up for years at 2:00 in the morning before I went to my job, before my kids got up. And I wrote the book. You got to do whatever it takes.
I agree. If you need access to any sort of ownership or property details, including owner phone numbers and FEMA flood map overlays, please check out parcelfact.com or neighborscoop.com. Created by investors, that's us, for investors like you. Happy you could join us today. 5 days a week, you can find us here on the Land Academy Show.
Tomorrow is Jill Friday. She's going to talk about a Land Academy support group. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
Kind of ties in with what we just talked about.
Yeah, it actually is a good extension because I know Jill wrote this topic, which I love when she writes the topic heads, which doesn't happen every week.
Thanks.
Usually I do it, and I can't. I'm going to zip it.
Thank you for tuning in. We hope you find our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you haven't already, please check out our YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button. We are Steve and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you find our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.